We've been talking about housing affordability across the province, and in particular in Burnaby, because it impacts deeply not just our members, but the working community as a whole. We know we've got many members affected by these Demovictions, but this is an issue that we're coming right up against because we can't negotiate wage increases that keep up with the inflation on the cost of housing. There's this misconception out there that an idea called the market is to blame for the high rental price and the price of housing. And that's not true. The value of the land here in Burnaby, the value of housing, the value of rent comes from its proximity, its closeness to the public infrastructure that gives it its value. Whether that's a SkyTrain station, roads, schools, hospital, whatever. Though that's what gives land its value. And that's why you get the absurdity of having luxury condos next to a SkyTrain station. Because the SkyTrain station is what gives it more value. But here's the thing. The biggest single tool, the biggest tool in the entire province to change the value of land is not in the federal government's hand. It's not in the provincial government's hand. It's in the municipal government's hand. And it is zoning. Zoning is the #1 tool to change the value of land. Zoning is the ability to print money. And so let's think about this. If a developer or a real estate speculator goes and buys a plot of land, and they buy it for $2 million, and then they go to council and they say, we want you to upzone this land, and then sell it for $8 million, or build on it, and they develop it, and the price overnight goes to $8 million, they've just made that $6 million out of thin air. That's what we call, in economics, unearned income. The power to rezone land is the power to print money in this city. And so what's happening is that what gives that land the value, its real value, is two things. One, it's the actual public infrastructure that surrounds it. And that's paid for by all our tax dollars. So this is a subsidy. This is a subsidy of public wealth being given to the private sector. Because it's council's responsibility when they're zoning to adequately make sure that that zoning, the wealth they're creating, goes for the public benefit. And they're not doing that. Instead, they're lining the pockets of developers. So I think we have some hard questions for council. We got to ask, why are they upzoning? Why are they rezoning property to the exclusive benefit of private owners and private developers with no public benefit whatsoever? Why? And I think that's a question we need to keep asking. So we have some simple demands. As Murray said, we want an end to all Demovictions. We want a full moratorium on Demovictions. But we're not anti-development. We're pro-development. We want more development. But we want development that's done in the best interest of the people of Burnaby. And there's an easy way to do that. We want 50% of all new density zoned by this council to be below market, really affordable density. Right? And we want the 50% that's not below market to pay for the 50% that is below market. And when I say below market, I want to be clear here. I'm talking about actually affordable. I'm not talking about, 1450 studio, live, work, rent arrangement. I'm talking about actual affordability.